So I thought I'd take a moment just to share a small revelation that I've had in the last 24 hours or so. And what better place to share it than while I'm out and about on the mountain. Beautiful city of Cape Town with Table Mountain in the background. I've come out here specifically to think and contemplate sort of the seeds of a thought I had last night, and it has certainly become more clear as I've walked through the mountain this afternoon in the sun and the silence, just breathing it all in and experiencing life as it ought to be, wild and free. So a little bit of background where my sort of seed started. I noticed yesterday that it's a pattern. It's something that I've seen before, and it became clear yesterday in the sense that I recognized it for the first time. Every time that I allow myself to be truly vulnerable, where I speak a truth, my truth, and I lay my heart and soul bare to whether it's the world or just an individual, or sometimes even just myself, very shortly after, that elation that I feel when I do so, when I am speaking my truth and I let myself be vulnerable and exposed in such a fashion, I revert back to a serious insecurity where I have almost like an attack of insecurity. And it was interesting because the immediate response of that insecurity and my initial feeling that I want to do is just very quickly retract what I'd said or felt and start to paint and color other people's responses or thoughts and feelings in my mind, how I think that they are receiving it. And the truth is, I have no idea how they truly receive it, and I can only go on what people speak and say and how they act. And sometimes it doesn't take much for me to suddenly want to paint them in the colors of my past experiences. And I pick up my brush and I want to do that. And I realize that I just need to lay that brush down and allow them to receive it as they do and respond as they must. And just be in my own truth, like accept that as enough, and recognize that taking a moment and allowing myself to feel that fear of insecurity, I suppose, is okay. That vulnerability is scary, but if I allow myself to be driven by the fear, which then drives me straight back into old patterns, then I am just walking in circles, really. And that's not what I want to do. I want to explore new paths and new experiences. And that really scary feeling that I get when I allow myself to be so vulnerable and speaking my truth and really living it, that's a good feeling. That's the feeling that we should be chasing. Well, that I should be chasing anyway. Because more often than not, the moment of standing on that edge, that feeling that your stomach sinks and you got butterflies, but it feels as if you're on the precipice, that's good. Those are the moments, and have been thus far, when I've made really interesting decisions and I've started to step out on new journeys. So yeah, this is me owning that and accepting that I am on the precipice and I have stepped onto a new path, and I'm not going to color other people's thoughts and feelings with brushes from my past experiences or traumas or whatever you want to call them. Instead, I've laid those brushes down and I am stepping out onto this path and just letting it take me where it will, because I want to follow it to see where it leads. So yeah, out here on the mountain, feeling good.